Hello, I hope you can hear me okay. Um, this camera is so weird. I think it like flipped or something. I don't know, like flipped the image, so I wasn't ready for that. Um, okay. So I've been working on this robot costume for a pretty long time, and while I was away from YouTube, I was still working on it, so I can show it to you in a minute. But then also, I have this other craft that I've been wanting to do, and it's just kind of, I guess, an idea that I have, and I've already started it. And since the robot costume has certain parts that are still drying from glue that I put on them, I'm going to probably be doing this craft a little bit too, in case that doesn't dry. Oh, hello. Hope you guys are good. Thank you for coming. Actually, for the mole people, this extra craft that I'm going to be doing is something I think I'm going to be using when I make the cover for your, like your album cover that we were talking about. So it's kind of like what I showed in the thumbnail or the picture on Facebook that I shared. Something a little bit like that. I don't know. It looks kind of diseased. But then it also reminded me a bit of like a rose, like, with thorns or whatever. Kind of cool. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so I'll show you how far I've gotten on this robot costume, and I'll tell you about issues that I've been having making it, and maybe you guys have better ideas on how to fix it. This is always the hard part, making sure I'm like positioned in the camera correctly. Oh, all right. So I have I gotta step back. This hip part, but this part I think is giving me the most trouble because it flares out at the ends and the foam wanted to kind of collapse on itself. So I've been using this metal inside of it and wire inside of it to try to keep it up. And it's gonna attach right here, but I don't want them to be touching. So you can see a little bit. I think here, I'm gonna make this lower. I think I might want it even just to be on the top of my thigh. Like right there would be kind of cool. But we'll see. You see it. It's just really difficult to get it to hold its own weight. And then the top part that I have is actually just like this. And I put it under here. And then I still have to figure out a way to attach it in the back where I can open it and close it, without ripping it, because this is just paper. So it's just kind of like that for now. I like the shininess of this one though. And then the leg part, this part I'm really uncertain about the design of it because I think it looks a little bit too much like armor. And then after looking at other pictures of like robots, I think I might want to redesign it. You see, it just has more of an armor feel. But this one, let's see if I can put this through. This one is gonna go on my leg. Oh, like right there with the knee part functioning. So that's kind of cool. But I have the other leg part that is drying right now. I'll show you. I put glue on it and it's still kind of wet. Like I can feel like a stickiness to it. So I gotta leave it alone for a little bit. And that's why I have this other craft. lined up to try. Velcro. Okay, somebody else suggested Velcro. And that might be actually a really good idea because then you can open and shut it really easily. Definitely for like the bodice part, I think Velcro would work really well. Fairy knight armor. It's not supposed to be armor though. It's supposed to be a robot. So I have this. I'll show you. It didn't open correctly. That I'm going to be using and just attaching to different parts. It's wire, to try to make it look like it's more robotic. And then I have little gears that I'll also be attaching. And I was thinking of putting like a number on it too. I'll have to think of a number that's like significant because this was supposed to be kind of an ode to Opportunity the rover. And then a lot of things like got in the way in my life and I didn't end up starting it as soon as I would have liked to, but I still want to finish it. So maybe I'll put the number on it like the day that he was declared deceased. I'm not sure. We'll see. Oh, yeah, if you want to help me come up with concepts, like that's always fun. I mean, I can't always do everything that I think up, so I probably couldn't even do everything that you think up. But I like ideas. They're fun. Oh, to Avi, I love him. All right, so while we're waiting for that to dry, basically what I've done is I've taken some polymer clay, and here's one that's not even finished, and I made it, my hair, into the shape of like a spike, and then I'm taking just some black acrylic paint, and I'm painting over all of them, and I'm going to like attach them to my arms like you saw in the thumbnail. So I'm just going to paint those and talk for a bit while we wait for this to dry. I also sanded them, which is something I don't typically do with polymer clay, but this time I had some time on my hands, and so I just tried sanding it. Let's see if I brought I did. I've thought of doing ASMR. I'm sorry the camera keeps flickering, and I actually really want to do it. I have 2 other videos where I made kind of like, I don't know what you would call it, like ASMR scary story reading, like acting, I guess. I don't know, just like creating scenes to kind of help with the flow of the story. And that was a lot of fun to make. It's just so much work. Live streams are easier at this time, but I really would like to try ASMR sometime. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are really nice. Seeing my ASMR would be great. I have to remember to like actually read the comment before I respond to it, because then you might not know. There might be a delay and you won't know who I'm talking to. So I'll try to remember that. I remember I got to see one of your ASMR videos when I met you. Such a sweet voice and relaxing. Thank you for that. I kind of like the compliment, or like people telling me I have a good voice. I don't know. It means more than certain other compliments people could give. Okay. So I'm going to take all my little spikes, and I already put 1 coat of black paint, but now I'm going to put the next coat where I missed last time. You need to deafen yourself? I can't hear the stream. Oh no, people arguing in your Discord. Well, I hope that they can come to a resolution to all of their problems. Yay. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I was a little unsure about streaming because I'm in kind of an odd mood. I just don't know what to say today. So there might be a lot of awkward moments of me just like not speaking. But oh well, it happens, right? Gonna have to listen to this to sleep for reals. Not because you're boring, but because your voice is so relaxing. Well, thank you for that. I mean, even if I was boring, as long as the videos are useful to somebody, like that's what matters, I think. Like that's why you put yourself out there on social media, you know, like, I don't know, to hopefully connect with other people in some way. I really love how smoothly paint glides onto clay, especially since I sanded it, I think. Maybe I'll put it really close so you can see what I see. There's this song that I'm bad at this, okay, that I want to play. Doesn't want to focus. You got it, there you go. It doesn't want to focus. Okay, but there's this song that I want to play, but I'm not very good at it. I heard it the other day, just part of it, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty song. And so I've been listening to it, and I kind of like want to play it on my guitar. But the problem is that since I'm not super familiar with it, I might mess up the melody when I'm singing, and that's always embarrassing. So who knows? I brought my guitar over, and I'm working up the courage, so it could happen. I was about to destroy a city, but I heard her voice, and now I'm just laying down cozy. Maybe the city deserved it, though. Who knows? Tomorrow is another day. I think that after I set all these down to dry, that I'm going to take those guys that I need to paint, the ones where I was letting the glue dry, and I'm going to bring them outside for a quick second and spray paint them. You know, my spray paint actually kind of scares me. A lot of times when I do crafts, I get like paranoid about different things. Like when I play with electricity or circuits, you know, I worry that I'm gonna get electrocuted and die. And then with this paint, it has this warning on it that made me concerned. Where did it go? Ah, yes, it's like talking about lead. Doesn't want to focus. It's so mean to me. Oh well, I won't try holding things up to the camera anymore because apparently it doesn't work. But it's talking about like lead, and it's like lead is toxic. Don't breathe it. Don't try to sand it after you spray paint it. And you know, like lead is a heavy metal. So if it gets in your system, like the more that gets in your system, like you can't get it out, and that's how people die. But then so many people spray paint things that then I was like, no, like, of course you won't die. You know, if that happened often, then probably it would happen to a lot of people. But then I was like, maybe other people are better at preparing and keeping themselves safe than I am. So it kind of makes me nervous. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm glad you want to hear the song. I'll have to play it for you then, even if I mess it up. But you can't judge me if I mess it up, because I told you that I was new to this song. I really want to go camping this year. Sometime soon, because summer is coming and it gets so hot, and I only really know how to camp in cold weather. I've never really camped in like super hot weather before. So I'm gonna have to go before it gets too hot. But I miss being out in nature. It's something I really enjoy. Oh, you might have noticed if you watched my other videos, I did eventually remove the long nails, but I painted my real nails the same color as them because I really liked that color. I think it's pretty. Okay. These unfortunate pieces of clay fell into a pile of wood glue that just so happened to be sharing the same plastic bag as them. So I think that they're going to be out of commission for this craft. Look at, he broke. Oh wait, that was the one I just painted. Now my hands are all messy. I wish I could bring you with me to spray paint this thing, but I think I might have to do it on my own. I guess I could turn the camera around. We could try it. We can see if it works. Give me 1 second. The ring light. Okay, move the ring light. All right, we're good. So you'll kind of be able to see me out there. I just don't want to leave you alone for too long. It seems rude. That almost looks scary, doesn't it? Okay, well, here I go. Okay, this time I'm really going. Try to hold my breath. So I'm breathing blood. Okay, so now those are all spray painted, hopefully. Okay. And then the sky, they're still drying a little bit. So I'll leave them to their own devices for a minute. I even have this liquid latex, so I think it'd be cool to add a little bit of that to my skin and then add that, put the little thorns, I guess, on, so it really looks like it's coming out of my skin. But they're not drying fast enough today, so perhaps now I'll try to play that song for you, and then I'm probably gonna go. So a few issues. I'm pretty blind. I don't have my contacts in, and I don't really know the melody super well. But I'm gonna try it. Orange juice for bravery. Also, I don't have it printed out, so I'm going to have to manually scroll. This is always fun. I love singing. I don't know why. Okay. Let me just try it for a second. And let me check the camera. You can see all right. Okay. Hi. I remember when I first saw, I'll start over. Okay. I remember when I first noticed that you looked me back. We were sitting down in a restaurant, waiting for the check. We had made love earlier that day with no strings attached. But I could tell that something had changed. How you looked at me then. Kristen, come right back. I've been waiting for you to slip back into bed. When you light the candle, on the Lower East Side, you're dancing with me now. And I'm taking pictures, no, and I'm taking pictures of you with flowers on the wall. I think I like you best when you're dressed in black from head to toe. Think I like you best when you're just with me and no one else. Go up. Kristen, come right back. I've been waiting for you to slip back into bed. When you light the candle, That was a really long song. But I'm gonna go. Thank you for keeping me company. I'll read a couple comments and then I'll go. Maybe Led would make a good heavy metal concert. Led Zeppelin, oh my gosh. Or you're just on stage like dying of lead poisoning. No, please. This is the first video of yours that I've watched because you advertised it on your Facebook. Thank you for joining. Sorry it was so awkward today, but it's usually always a bit awkward. You don't judge in general. That's good. Oh, you didn't even know I had a YouTube. Oh, the song name is K by Cigarettes After Sex. And thank you for the compliment on my singing. Oh, yes, you just responded to that. It's a good song. I heard it recently, and I know I did like the third verse, the third line in the verse wrong, because you're supposed to kind of change the melody, but I couldn't remember what it was, so I just stuck with what I knew. But yes, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.